welcome back to Tailor Tales. We are here heading into James chapter 14 route. So, I kind of don't remember much actually. Covered in hidden, we'll move along. Oh, never mind. I remember. We're sneaking the prince out, which is, I find incredibly stupid. So if my girl gets any punishment of any kind, she deserves it. Covered in hidden, we'll move among the crowd as if we are part of it. No one is paying attention, at least not much. This is probably the most dangerous thing I've done so far. My heart can't catch a break. Every single corner is suspicious. Every glance could mean a death sentence. Yet, I'm doing it. I'm wandering around the market amongst the people of Yule, undercover. Somehow, I still vaguely remembered how I got here last time. It's the most exhilarating situation I've experienced. It feels like I'm free. Keep your hood on, I warned Nornis. Nornis fixes his hood and makes sure nothing is showing from underneath his large cloak. We stand out like a sore thumb among the mass of goat natives. Nornis with his pale blue skin and me just being a regular human. We do not fit in with the rest. But no one is really paying attention to us. Everyone is busy with their own business and aren't interested in two hooded figures. Got your water, I asked. Looking back at Nornis. How do I... Okay. Nornis taps a small flask on the side of his lap, hidden underneath his cloak. Is it hidden? Okay, well, can't really fucking tell, but... All prepared. Good. He needs water for his concussion. Condition, in case it acts up. Being stranded in the desert with no water would not be the best situation for him. I cough into my hand a few times. Nornis offers me the flask. Here, drink some. Sometimes it does get in your lungs. I shake my head. I'm fine. Keep it for yourself. Oh, do you smell that? Nornis subtly chimes in. As a matter of fact, I do smell something delicious. I think it's coming from one of the stalls over there, I say, pointing at a particular market stall. Our feet gravitate towards the savory scent until we see what's causing it. A goat is frying some strange vegetables, mixed with a type of grain and meat in a large circular pan. It reminds me of Palia? Well, with the golden hue and smell. Want some Javiris? That'll be 30 gulden for one, says the shopkeeper once he notices us. Confused, I look at Nornis and I whisper to him, how much is 30 gulden? Nornis looks inside the small pouch that was given to me by James from before. He digs out a few gems and hands it over to the shopkeeper. We'll take 2, please. Coming right up. I'm glad you know the currency. I would hope so, because I surely do not. I hug the cape closer to my body and smile at Nornis. He seems to be enjoying himself, eagerly awaiting his meal. I have to admit, I'm also quite curious myself. The shopkeeper hands us 2 bowls of steaming hot Javiris, complete with wooden spoons. We stand to the side away from the crowd as we inhale its scent. Nornis is right. The street food is really different from the kind that's prepared in a palace. Have you ever had this before? I asked Nornis. Absolutely not, but I'm excited to try it, he says in a chipper voice. We dig in, I take a spoonful in my mouth. The grain is crunchy but light, breaking down to small crumbs. The vegetables are also crunchy and have this earthy taste to them. It's a little bitter too, but it's actually really delicious. I grin at Nornis, seeing his own smile on his face. It's good, right? Nornis takes another bite in response. Yes, it is. It's so different and honestly a little too crunchy, but I like it. Seeing him be so happy about tasting new food is worth the risk of leaving the palace. Besides, it feels good to move about without anyone telling me where I can or cannot go, without James breathing down my neck. I giggle when I notice Nornis has a few pieces of grain stuck on the side of his mouth. What is it? He asks, slightly confused by my laughter. Rub the grain off his face. You've got some food in the corner of your mouth. I feel a little bold today. I step closer to him with a smile. He stares at me with wide eyes from underneath his hoodie. I stick out my thumb and wipe the corner of his mouth, removing the grain. He stammers, shyly looking away. You had some food right there, I say. Nornis timidly wipes the rest of his mouth. I was just a little too excited to eat. Can't blame you, this is delicious. Happily, I go back to eating from my own bowl. When we finish our food, we continue our exploration of the market. The streets are so crowded, Nornis points out. I've never seen this many goat before. I feel like I'm not saying their names correctly, I'm sorry. Well, I've never seen goat before until a little while ago, I joke. Nornis giggles. I guess that's true. My eyes spy a market stall in the distance selling some pottery. Look, Prince Nornis, I think they sell some pots over there, I say while pointing. Really? Then let's go. I can't stay outside for too long after all. Yes, we can't stick around here all day. Someone is bound to notice our absence. Our plan was to simply buy a suitable pot for Nornis' plant, and then return as soon as possible. When we arrive at the stall, Nornis' eyes start to twinkle. He eagerly inspects each piece of pottery with this childlike amazement. Finally, he picks up one that is rectangular in shape, with a tribal-like etched carvings on the outside. Is it that one? Maybe not. This one looks like a skyscraper. This one is just the right size. Do you want to buy that one, I ask. I hope we have enough money for it. The shopkeeper looks at us with a smile. For you, my prince, it's free. It is an honor to have you visit my wares. Nornis pulls the hood across his face some more, looking shifty and nervous. I think you've mistaken me. I'm just a traveler, he murmurs. I'm on high alert as well. No one's supposed to find out Nornis' identity. I figured most people wouldn't recognize him because he said he never went outside, but I guess I was wrong. The shopkeeper's smile never leaves. Alright, my fair traveler. Then, as a token of Kulul's hospitality, you can have that one for free. There's a subtext behind their words. They're playing along. Relief washes over me. They're not going to rat us out. Are you sure? Nornis asks, hesitant to take something for free. Just make sure you pay next time, the shopkeeper laughs. And just like that, Nornis found his pot. I tug on his arm. We should head back now. Can't stick around here for too long. Right, he says, hiding the pot underneath his cloak. Now to make our way back to the palace before anyone notices we're gone. But just as luck would have it, my eyes noticed something familiar in the distance. Red hair. It was just a quick glance before it disappeared in the crowd. I stand frozen on the spot. Goats don't have red hair. Did I just imagine it? No, I have really good eyesight. Is it bilious? Prince Nornis, I say in a low whisper. What is it? Mind taking a small detour? I think I saw something. He cautions me. I start moving through the crowd while Nornis trailing behind. Suddenly I'm on another mission. I just had to find out if what I saw was really bilious. He said he needed to do something else yesterday, hence why he gave me the day off, but I'm pretty sure that he can't leave the palace either. Princess Michiko, what did you see? Nornis asked, curious why I'm scrambling to get past all these goats. The crowd thins out when we arrive at the area where I saw the small glimpse of red hair. I look around for any other clues, but I don't see anything suspicious. I think I lost him. Well, shit. Princess, what is it? What are you looking for? I think I saw he looked bilious, I admit. What, really? Then we should say hi, he says, not realizing that we're supposed to be undercover. Wait, no, we shouldn't say any... Excuse me, have you seen someone with red hair pass by? Nornis asks a bystander. The ghost simply throws his thumb over his back, pointing down an alley. Went to a screaming howl over there, he answers. Thank you so much. Nornis bows politely. Well, I'll be damned. I wasn't just seeing ghosts, it was bilious, or at least someone with red hair. Nornis turns to look at me. Look, Princess Michiko, now we know where he would bilious went. Come on. Prince Nornis, please remember we can't let anyone know we're out here, I warn him. That's true, but Healer Bilious won't tell anyone. He's always so attentive and careful with me. I'm sure he can keep a secret. Oh, he's keeping secrets, alright. And now I had to find out if it was really him. We both rush over towards the building hidden in an alley, with a large sign outside. Nornis confirms it reads a screaming howl before we enter. Is it a bar? It's very dark inside, just like the pubs back on Earth. In fact, I think it is a pub when I see everyone seated at a table, drinking some kind of beverage. The goat behind the counter addresses us. Hey, invitation only, he barks at us. I flinch in response, causing my hoodie to fall off. Girl, your cover's blown now. I saw my friend go in there. He has red hair. He inspects me for a little before answering. I feel like I'm going through security at an airport. Another one, eh? Y'all look the same to me. Your friends are in the back. He throws his head into the direction of a small arrow with the divider. Thank you, Nornis replies for me as I'm too shocked to respond. We walk towards the back and I can feel my heartbeat drum in my ears. Are we going to find Billy's behind the divider? What will he say? Right as I'm about to walk around the divider, I hear a voice that makes me freeze on the spot. That means our suspicions were correct, asked the voice. I instantly grab Nornis' cloak and drag him over to another table, keeping our heads low. Nornis looks at me all bewildered. The voice belongs to Eok. Yes, I confirmed it multiple times after running the test. That's Bilious. Where are we hiding? Nornis asks softly. He looks a little nervous. Please stop talking, I tell him. I throw my hoodie back on and strain my neck to be able to look around the divider. It's blocking my view, but it's enough for me to see the person sitting in the middle, or at least part of their hair. Lena's hair. I swallow as my mind goes into overdrive. Why is she there? Why are they all there? What the hell did I stumble into? So our little prince is hiding more than he's letting on, Lena draws out. Little prince? Are they talking about Caleb? Or I look at Nornis, who's trying his best to not talk. Eok is the one who replies, but his vocabulary is completely different. Then Princess, what would you like us to do to proceed? Surely he is the one who... We can decide that on a later date. He's always holed up in his garden anyway. He's not going anywhere. The little prince will receive his punishment eventually. What? Nornis shrinks into himself as he realizes they're talking about him. Did she just say punishment? Are they trying to harm Nornis? As you wish, Princess, Eok concedes. Now that we've got that confirmed, we have to focus on getting our men past the border. I hope this doesn't result in an explosion like last time, says Bilious. It had to be done, Lena answers. The explosion. They were behind it. We have some supporters who work as gatekeepers. Would you like me to make arrangements? Offers Eok in a calm voice. Yes, be quick about it. I barely have time to process that Lena is talking about the rebels. When I realize someone has gotten up from their table and is walking over towards us, they're going to spot and recognize us. I scramble to get up, pulling Nordis along. My heart stops when I see Eok stare right into my eyes, immobilizing me. Fuck! Princess? Eok says, flabbergasted. What is it, Eok? Lena calls out instead. Eok is so surprised to see us here. It's taken a moment for him to gather his wits. I've caught them red-handed. They're conspiring. They're the rebels. And I just walked into the lion's den unarmed. I had to do something before they do something to us. Without thinking, I grab Eok's wrist and pull him away from the view of everyone else. Bewildered, he's about to say something, but I place my hand over his mouth, silencing him. I mouth to him, don't tell her. I remove my hand and stare at him. Please don't rat us out. Eok looks conflicted, his jaw grinding down his sharp teeth. Eok? Lena calls out again, this time more alert. I look at him, pleading with my eyes. Eok turns away from me. Nothing, princess. I stubbed my foot on the table. Well, gonna move on. Before I can take a breather, he quickly starts moving. Come with me quietly. I guess I wasn't going to get off easy after all. I beckon Nordis to follow us. We quietly shuffle out the screaming howl with Eok leading the way. Well, this is a little, chaotic. My mind is racing. We've stumbled across the rebels, and I'm shocked to find out who is involved. There are a few others in the same corner, some I didn't recognize, but Lena, Billy's, and Eok. Eok, I call out to him. He hasn't said a word, merely striding through the various back alleys. Keep your hood on, he hisses at me. Brian and I clasp the hood tighter together as I'm fully covered. I look over at Nordis to see him do the same thing. He hasn't made a peep since we got caught. Eventually, Eok leads us to another alley, away from prying eyes. We stop to rest. Eok immediately slams me against the wall, pushing his arm against my neck. I shriek out loud in response, afraid of what he might do to me. How did you find us? Who are you working for? Okay. Nordis throws his pot against Eok's head, causing it to shatter. Let her go! Eok stumbles backwards, holding onto his head. We don't know what's going on. We found you by accident, I say, quickly jumping over towards Nordis' side. Eok, why are Princess Lena and Billy's talking about the explosion? Why are... Silence, he barks at me. This is not the Eok I know. I don't know who this is. Aggressive, jumpy, and his entire speech pattern is different. Let me think. Oh my god, was this man playing a fool of me all along? Then his eyes shoot open as if he's realized something. He lunges towards me. I brace myself, thinking he'll hurt me. Instead, he grabs my arm and pulls it out from underneath the cloak. His eyes travel up and down until he pulls out the other arm and should check it out as well. Not there, he mumbles. Is he talking about my tracker? I took it off, I say. So our location hasn't been compromised yet. He continues to talk to himself. I don't know what's going on. Were you all talking about me in there? And about some sort of gulps punishment? How did you escape the palace? Eok asked, ignoring Nordis. I bite down on my lips. I have no other choice. I saw Princess Lena use a secret exit before when she thought no one was looking. Eok bites down his thumb, the south exit. His eyes are back on me. You followed her. I shake my head. No, I wanted to go out on my own. I didn't tell anyone. My eyes meet him. I won't tell anyone, I stress, trying to bargain. Tell anyone, he repeats as he straightens his back. Princess, you're not understanding your situation here. You're not telling anyone because... He takes a threatening step closer. I can't let you return. He looks at Nordis. Same for the prince. We promise not to tell. We can keep a secret if you can, says Nordis, looking scared. I stand in front of Nordis to protect him. Look, whatever we saw or heard today, no one has to know. Just let us go, I say. I can't do that, is his quick response. Eok sighs exasperately, shaking his head in disappointment. Why did it have to be you? You've put me in a predicament. Bro, Eok, I think you've bamboozled me as much as I bamboozled you. Oh shit. Nordis suddenly yelps loudly when he's pulled back by someone else. A soldier inks off Nordis' hood, revealing his bright hair and pale skin. I knew it! It's the prince! He was in the screaming hound! The soldier barks loudly. Let me go! Nordis tries to struggle free. Our leader will be pleased to find the young prince in our hands. Good work, Eok. Eok just stands there with large eyes, not expecting a third party to come crashing in. I'll have fun taking my revenge on you, the soldier laughs, twisting Nordis' arms. I don't think I can attack him, so... My fight or flight instincts are firing off inside of me, my adrenaline pumping up my blood pressure. I decide without a second thought I need to protect Nordis. I rush over towards him and fasten my cloak. Who's this? The soldier demands, confused. Not giving him the time to react, I throw my cloak on his head and tighten it. Hey! In his confused state, he lets go of Nordis, trying to take off the cloak. I grab Nordis' arm and pull him away from the soldier. Run! Princess, don't! Eok warns me. except I shoot out my thread to wrap it around his ankles, causing him to trip over his feet as he attempts to catch us. Nornis runs ahead of me, and I want to follow, but the other soldier has taken off the cloak and used it to wrap it around my arms, forcing me back. Let me go, I hiss loudly. Princess! Nornis has turned around and stopped running once he's noticed I wasn't following him. Nornis, just run! Shut up! The soldier flings me against the wall, knocking the air out of my lungs. At this moment, my girl probably wishes she had her tracker on, right? I would. I fall down in a heap of limbs, temporarily stunned. My back hurts. It's such paralyzing pain. I can barely focus. All I see is a soldier running after Nornis. Oh my god, Nornis. Don't touch her! Nornis widens his stance. Oh my god. He opens his mouth to scream, but something so unnaturally high-pitched exits. I'm not sure what it is. It's making my ears ring. Then he starts to glow like a bright light. The wind howls around us, gathering near Nornis like he's sucking it all up like a vortex. No, he's taking all the water out of the air. The walls around us start breaking from the wind's strength. The window pane shatters from the floors. The soldier in front of me is pushed back by all the wind. I can barely recognize Nornis since he's glowing so bright. I shriek when I get slashed across my cheek. Then I get another cut on my arm. Oh my god. A lighter red blood immediately appears. It's impossible to see what's cutting me. I'm so confused. Nornis? I yell to him. He's got to stop this. I take a step forward, narrow my eyes to protect against the wind. I got hit again, this time on my shin. The wind gathers faster and faster. Nornis is now just a glowing ball of white. Princess! Yo, I'm gonna be like just slattered up by the wind. Sheer cuts from air. Princess, Eok screams, finally breaking my thread apart and running to my side. I'm blinded by a flash of light. I don't know what's going on, but one moment I'm in an alley, the next Eok has kicked down a door and tosses both aside, to barely escaping the barrage of lashings. The wall around us crash and crumble. Eok's thrown his body across me to protect me from any falling debris. When the ceiling threatens to cave in, Eok pulls me outside once more, just fast enough to escape being crushed to death. I stumble across on my feet, completely bewildered by what happened. I turned my head to look at Nornis. He's on the ground. A loud shriek leaves my mouth when I see the other soldier in front of me as well, or what's left of him. I turn around, my stomach churning at the blood splatters everywhere. He's been cut into a million pieces. Keep it together. Keep it together. Are you hurt anywhere? Can you still walk? I am cut up in different parts, not completely shredded apart like that guy. Eok finally asks me to check on my body. Just a few scrapes, I say breathlessly. Eok looks worse off for protecting me. But Nornis, I tear myself away from Eok and run towards a small body lying on the ground. I try to ignore the way my feet sink into the blood and how the stench fills up my nose. Suck it up, Michiko. Don't freak out now. I've got to check on him. Nornis, talk to me. I say, desperately kneeling down next to him and grabbing his face. His eyes are closed, but he's still breathing. Water. Yes, he probably needs water. I quickly search under his cloak for the flask of water. Removing the cap, I position it on his lips, tipping it over. Please drink some. Water drips from down his parched lips into his mouth. He's not responding. The flask is knocked out of my hand when a gust of wind startles near me. I scramble to fetch it from the ground near someone's feet. Hi, Caleb. I look up. Caleb has landed in front of me. Oh, fuck. I don't like James. I genuinely do not like James because he makes me feel like I've done something wrong all the time. Some of the times I haven't done anything wrong. This time I surely have done something wrong. It doesn't take long for the other brother to touch down. I am scared. I'm definitely scared. Shit. Eok is nowhere to be seen either. Finally taking the situation, Caleb's eyes grow out when he sees me near Nornis' immobile body. Get away from the prince! Caleb roars and knocks me away from Nornis without a care. Not caring, I've been tossed aside. I look up at him. Please, he needs what? My words get swallowed when James lifts me up by the arm. What were you thinking? Peeled your mother's nutsack. What? That was literally the most brainless and moronic stunt you could have pulled. He needs a sea healer, Bilius, Caleb announces, and then flies off into the distance with Nornis in his arms. But Bilius isn't... You lost your right to speak. James picks me up and grabs me by my waist. I don't even care anymore. Just fuck it, whatever, man. He launches us into the sky. It's impossible to get a word in. Even if someone did listen to me, would they believe me? I thought you said you were gonna keep it a secret. Well, now she's like, I'm ready to spill it all out. I was found over Nornis' unconscious body outside the palace. I might as well have plunged a knife into him. Oh, they assume she did it. So here I am on my knees, bound and gagged. Oh, lovely. Caleb lands beside us, addressing James who has been keeping guard. Healer Bilius is in the infirmary. That wretched sack of parsed dung. No one is where they should be today. James sounds infinitely pissed off. That's because he's not at the palace. He's at the Screaming Howl. Does James know about everything? Conspiring against Nornis and probably Veritas too. Not like I could say anything. It wasn't supposed to go like this today. I just wanted a quick trip to the market, have fun with Nornis, and return in time before anyone noticed we were gone. That's all. Technically, this is your fault. If you didn't, like, look all suspicious, like, oh, where's that red hair? Then you guys could have just went safely back. The door of the palace opened. An envoy of soldiers appear, and in the middle, fierce-looking Veritas. He's ascending the stairs. I am a dead woman. I try to speak, but the guy prevents me from saying anything incomprehensible. Shut your mouth hole. Nothing you have to say will matter now, James warns me. You answered to Lord Veritas now. I warned you, princess. I told you this would happen. I know you did. That doesn't stop the extreme fear from filling up the core of my body. I've been dancing around the edge of death all this time, pushing boundaries whenever I could. I quickly noticed how far I could go without being punished. But this does not look good for me at all. I haven't even harmed Nornis, but he's not here to vouch for me. Eok has mysteriously disappeared, and I doubt anyone else back at the Screaming Howl would speak up for me. I'm royally fucked. Girl, I'm not on your side here. We die, we die. Veritas has finally arrived. His body language is composed, but I can see the fear in his eyes. I'm rattled as I feel a hotness sting my cheek, right where I was cut from the one before. He's whipped me with a vine. I didn't even see him conjure it, nor swing his arm. It was too fast. Oh, damn, it burns. Visiting, speaking, and then kidnapped. You kidnapped him. His voice is chilling softly. I didn't kidnap him. Fine, then whatever. Take the beating, girl. Take the beating. He can feel guilty after his brother wakes up and tells him everything. If we die by then, I don't give a shit. Because this is your fault. I literally don't give a shit about MC right now. Another whiplash hits me across the cheek, drawing blood this time. These really sting. The pain is making it hard to think straight. And my girl's gonna be in recovery forever if she makes it out. Obviously, she's gonna make it out because we have more chapters to go. I shall have you executed, Veritas roars. He pulls back his arm, and my eyes widen. Girl, just close your eyes at this point. I wouldn't even have them open. I don't care. My eyes widen and paralyze me fear. My life flashes before me. I'm not going to see her ever again. My lord, James cuts in. We need the Earthling Princess for our negotiations, he explains. Veritas doesn't strike me, but remains his position. Oh, please, listen, James. Let me return to Earth. He seems to think it over for a while. The silence almost suffocating. He says she needs to be in one piece, he drawls out. No, definitely not all in one piece, please. James stands in front of me, then kneels before Veritas, bowing his head low. Lord Veritas, the Earthling was my responsibility, so I will take her punishment instead. Wait, what? Veritas glares at James beneath him. I can't believe he's doing this. Captain Caleb, says Veritas. Yes, my lord? Are you in agreement with the settlement? No, Lord Veritas. I believe the Earthling should be executed. Damn, Caleb. Alright. Executed for her crimes on the spot. My eyes grow wide in response. He wants to be killed. We need the Earthling, James stresses, his gaze still focused on the ground in front of Veritas. The planet is too precious to give up all of our bargaining chips. Yeah, Caleb. Veritas extends his hand towards Caleb, offering the vine whip. Then I set the punishment in her stead by Captain Caleb's hand. What? Your brother is gonna whip you because he can't kill me? Is this the point where we're supposed to be in love with James because he's taking the hit for us? I can't fall for him that easily. After all the shit he put me through, no. You're not gonna win my heart that easily. Yes, Lord Veritas, James agrees. Very noble of you to do, but after all the shit you put me through, this is just a sliver, okay? You don't stop until he's on the brink of death, Veritas says. Oh, that's a little... Well, I guess, because I was gonna say that's a little too much, but they wanted me dead, so him being near death is close enough with the same punishment. Caleb accepts the vine and bows in front of Veritas, then he cracks it and turns to James, still kneeling down. Face her. I want her to... No. This is actually way much worse. No. Man, I take it back. I take everything back I just said to you, James. This is not just a sliver of the punishment. This is like a punishment for me and you both. Oh, no, this is not... Can I close my eyes? I want her to look you in the eye. No. The person who nobly decided to sacrifice himself. Fuck. Remove your robe, Veritas instructs. No. Jin twists his body until he's facing me, removing the black robe he's wearing. There's no sense of hesitation or fear on his face. It's just blank. He's accepted this. A life for a life, he murmurs in a soft voice that only I can hear. Okay. I can kind of see where someone would fall in love because of such a huge sacrifice here. But we gotta remember he kidnapped us. Okay? The first lash comes out of nowhere, startling me. The crack of the whip was so loud it tore right through James' armor. Another crack, blood splatters into the air. James didn't even blink. Caleb continues a barrage of attacks, flogging James back without a break. Then James' expression finally begins to change. He's wincing slightly with each strike. His chest is heaving up and down due to his elevated heartbeat. The extreme circumstance I'm under is heightening my senses. It makes everything appear in perfect clarity. The sight before me is barbaric. I can't watch. I turn my head away. Don't you dare look away, James grunts in between the flogging. That is the least you can do. I don't wanna... I bite down on my lips, tilting my face towards him, my eyes slowly lining upon his body. Caleb's flogging isn't as fast as Veritas, but this is so long and downright brutal. This is your brother, how could you do this to him? But most importantly, why is James doing this for me? Offering himself to bear my punishment. Sitting there kneeling, beaten to a bloody pulp. All because I ventured outside and took Nornis with me. My actions have consequences, and despite James taking the fall for it, I still have to face it. So I look into James' brown eyes, watching how he grunts and grinds down his teeth, each beating taking a toll on him. He's right, it's the least I can do. For a split second, I see him phase as his eyes flicker that hazy light blue. James' face contorts as he bears the brunt of Caleb's lashings, but he's not screaming, he's not toppling over. With one particular lash of the whip, James breaks formation, falling down on both his knees, his hands on the ground, bracing himself. But he still maintains eye contact with me. This is terrifying. Even if I'm not the one being flogged, it's so hard to watch. I want it to stop. Veritas is in the background, watching everything unfold with cold and calculating eyes. There's no sense of emotion behind them. Another crack of the whip and is cut right on the back of James' neck, blood trickling down. Oh no, it looks like he's about to cry, bro. I mean, I would have already cried. Then James' eyes turn blue once more. The markings on his face appear as well. He's wincing, his eyes losing focus. This is actually worse than the first time. Caleb isn't stopping until James is passed out on the ground. I avert my eyes to check out Caleb's expression, but it's completely emotionless as well. It's like he doesn't care he's beating his brother. Look at me! James grunts loudly when he's noticed I've changed the direction of my focus. Strangely enough, I do meet his gaze once more. But I don't want to. It's unnerving. I feel so damn guilty. Well, I think that's the point. I want it to stop, and it continues, and continues. The longer it goes on, the less energy James has left to focus. His eyes are rolling in the back of his head, his back is split open, completely soaked with blood. I don't know how much more of this he can take. Then he's finally becoming unresponsive. His eyes are closed and his arms are hanging by his side, completely limp. The markings on his skin fade away. But Caleb continues. I try to speak. Stop, he's passed out. This stupid gag, these ropes around my wrists, I can't do anything. This might actually kill him. Please stop. Don't let him die on my account. Caleb delivers another powerful blow and James' body doesn't flinch anymore. I can't tell whether he's dead or not, but I can't stand it. All I see is suffering in front of me and I want it to stop. My hands glow hot and warm, my fingertips stretching and flexing until I've conjured threads from all my fingers. They slice right through the rope behind my wrist together. Oh shit. Oh my god. I break free. Can you rip this shit off my mouth? I didn't even think. I just lunged forwards to grab James' face in my hands. I pull him close to my body and wrap my arms around him in a protective manner, shielding him for the next incoming slash. Everything inside of me is simply screaming to make it stop, to protect. Caleb hits my arm instead. It stings so badly. Blood is already dripping from my open wound. It sends a tremor throughout my body that it rattles my brain, temporarily stunning me. He finally stops. Princess, what do you think you're doing? Interfering with my work. I sound so vile and offended. Bro, why can't if you know what, your girl's gonna turn into a murderer at this point and just like use my string to just like split all of y'all up like that spider dude and Demon Slayer. I would do it. I would do it if you guys push me that far. I try and make some noise through the gag, but it's impossible. I'm already relieved to feel James' breath on my neck. At least he's still alive. The captain passed out, says one of the soldiers, noticing James hasn't moved this entire time. Ah, is that so? Caleb pulls back the whip. Veritas doesn't say a word and simply turns around.
Oh.
Lock her up, he says, before ascending the stairs with his army of soldiers. Caleb bows in front of Veritas. Veritas' back, then turns to me. Oh, okay, well, let's go. Take me home, I guess. Not home, but you know. I rest my head against James and closing my eyes. It's finally over. It's much colder here. Shivers have taken over my body. I'm aching all over. I was thrown in the cell yesterday, but after waking up today, I feel feverish and weak. I clumsily stitched my own arm from the wound Caleb gave me. Ugh. I cough a few times and huddle my legs to my body for warmth. I don't know what's going to happen to me. My vision has become blurry. It's hard to tell what's going on. Then my cell door opens up. A blurry figure enters. Princess Michiko, says the voice belonging to Bilius. It's him. What are you? I try to speak, but it takes such effort. I end up spending all my energy and I have to take a break. Don't speak. I'm here to deliver a message, he whispers. From? I draw out. Don't breathe a word of what you saw or heard yesterday to anyone, and you might just get out if you're alive. I hate all of y'all. I hate all of you guys. This is why I have trust issues. Just don't trust anyone but yourself, I guess. I groan and throw my head back against the brick wall. Billy's pauses, unsure whether I heard him or not. Then his cold hands are on my wrist, checking my pulse. Elevated heartbeat, feverish cheeks, above average temperature. Princess, it seems your body's fighting a virus. I might as well die. I don't care. I try and snort. No shit, I have a fever, but I struggle and let out a weird squeak instead. I believe you may have caught the rickety virus, very common among Go, but they deal with it rather well. I'm unsure what toll it will take on your earthling body. That sounds comforting. Where's Nornis? Is he okay? Did you hurt him? I finally gather enough energy to ask questions that have been burning in my mind. A stretch of silence draws between us. I cough several times. The prince is safe and alive. That is all you need to know. But you are all, taking a deep breath, conspiring against him. I'll have some medicine delivered to your cell to help with the virus, along with a lot of water. Hopefully you'll manage to control it. He didn't answer my question. Then he suddenly leans in closer. We're not the enemy here, princess, he whispers in my ear. You very much surely are right at this point, sir. To me, you are. You're not even asking if I'm okay. Please forgive any transgressions. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. This route, I'm not loving anyone. Fuck it. He pulls away his hot breath. Take care, Princess Michiko, planet Earth. Whatever, Bilius. You lost my heart. Fuck you. He turns around and exits the cell. Those sounded a lot like parting words. Alright. We're dying. Just kill me now. I don't know. I wake up disoriented when someone brushes the sticky hair out of my face. I've been sweating in my sleep. How many days has it been? Trink. Eok, is that you? I don't care about you either. Get away. Get away. Go away. Eok? It's so hard to focus. My head hurts. My body aches. Take the medicine. You have to see your home again before you die. Fuck it. I don't care. Something touches my lip and I open up. Eok is helping me drink. It's bitter, just like the saffron tea. Rest. I close my eyes, feeling too weak to stay awake. It's hard to keep track of time when I'm going in and out of consciousness. The fever has broken, so at least that has improved. But I still feel absolutely terrible and weak. Is that James? Is that James? Someone enters my cell but doesn't speak. My vision is still blurry and I'm almost starting to accept the sickness has affected my eyesight. A shadowy figure sits next to me without a word. A flask pushes against my lips. Water and medicine again. I don't object and drink at all. The figure leaves without speaking. I fall back asleep. Oh, finally I can see. A soldier enters my cell. Or no, this is their point of view, not mine. A soldier enters my cell. It's been a while since someone directly came in after I had recovered from... Oh, I have recovered. Still some coughing here and there, but my vision is back and I'm not aching all over anymore. He takes me by my arm. We go. Go where? He doesn't say a word and drags me out. We go to Earth. Finally. I can't remember the last time I felt the sun rays hit my face. It feels like it's been forever since I was outside. There's an army of soldiers all lined up in front of the grand staircase protecting Veritas. Oh my god, James, your fucking hair! Did someone tell you I like long hair? Oh my god. Oh, James' hair has grown longer. He looks, well, same as always, to be honest. I haven't seen him since I got tossed in the cell, which was a while ago. Yo, his long hair looks so good. James doesn't look over my way at all. His eyes train on Veritas. A trip to HX-108. I won't accept anything but success, says Veritas in a low voice. Captain James, this is your last chance. James bows. Yes, Lord Veritas. What if James said, fuck you, and decides to just live on Earth and never come back? Failed to conquer HX-108, and I shall personally see it to you. You're forced to watch how I'll slit your sister's throat. Oh, maybe he will come back. My eyes grow wide. He's threatening to kill Lena. I understand, Lord Veritas, James says obediently, closing his eyes. He clears his throat and opens his eyes once more. We'll conquer HX-108 this time. This time won't end in a failure, he announces in a bold voice. Captain Caleb, this thing goes for you, says Veritas. Oh, you going too? Shit, then there's no way he's staying behind. Caleb bows as well. Yes, my lord. I understand very well that failure is not an option. Move out, James roars. The soldiers start marching away. One of them pushes me so I start walking too. I drag my feet over the ground, looking up at the blue sky. I'm going home. But will we? How many days or months weeks has it been since our last visit with my brother? I cannot wait to see my brother again. And oh my god, what's his name? Starts with a C. How can I forget his name already? King! Anyway, this is it for today's episode. James is still bottom tier for me right now, just because, you know, I feel like the progression of the story is very, very slow to get to the love part. But again, it's slow because he has multiple chapters, so maybe it's just a long, slow burn. But right now, homeboy is still at the bottom. He kidnapped us. I have trauma over that. Like, especially, I always bring this up at least once in I feel like almost every visual novel game of Toma from Amnesia Memories. No, thank you. Do not kidnap me. Do not throw me in dog kennel. Okay? Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I will see you guys in the next one.